everybody, to the second episode of the Unnamed Gaming Podcast. We made it to episode 2, guys. Yay!
Woo! Yay! Go us!
I am your host for tonight. I am Nettle, streamer, cosplayer, general idiot. Do you guys want to introduce yourselves? Introduce yourself. Again.
Always.
This is going to be a repeated thing.
every week. Okay.
Every week.
Just in case.
Just in case.
Tempest, streamer, also general idiot, and gamer.
I'm Bendy. I'm also gamer, role player, cosplayer, and I'm going to go with Admiral Idiot.
Admiral Idiot.
More idiot than a lot of you. So
Just pulling rank on us like that.
Oh god, I can't believe she did that. Say no.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
I've been demoted already.
Unbelievable, Jeff.
And then there was a mutiny. Oh no.
What could
To the brig with you.
Oh no, I'm playing Sea of Thieves all over again.
So I guess we just want to start by saying a big thank you to how well received the first episode was. Because it was really well received.
It really was. It really was. Thank you, everybody who listened. And the person who commented, there was one person listening. I thank you.
There was indeed one person listening.
She didn't sleep until you sent that comment, so...
I literally haven't. So thank you for the sleep.
But yes, big thanks. We loved it. And hopefully we'll be able to continue entertaining you all this week. Maybe. I don't know. So, guys, what have we been doing over the last week? Anything interesting?
I'll go first, shall I?
Yeah,
this is
go
the thing, is you ask a question and we wait to see which one will answer first.
This will always happen.
This current week I finished Uncharted 2. I have just started Uncharted 3.
He has.
And for the first time, we played Ghost Hunter's Core.
Oh, God, yeah.
Which was an experience.
That's definitely a way to describe it.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, playing it on our own for the first time and coming from being like almost Faz professionals now at this point, I could see what they were trying to do to make it different, but it felt very light in the way of telling you what you needed to do kind of first thing. At least like with Faz, the tutorial was you had to go and play a thing. In this one, you went into a room and you read stuff, and it's so different. It's easier to work out what you're doing while you're doing it, rather than just reading a thing and then being expected to go into the level and remember all that stuff. But there was bits about it I didn't mind. There was bits about it that I would say I wasn't a fan of. It helped that someone came into my chat actually and explained a lot of the things. It made more sense then after that.
Yeah.
But I don't know if we've just been spoiled by Faz.
Faz made it really easy to like grasp the general like basic concepts of it. I think Ghost Hunters Corp, it was very much like, well, did that work? Maybe let's just see if it works. Okay. You know,
I mean, I like the fact that you can try and exercise the ghosts and everything, but
that's definitely fun. Yeah.
Even trying to work out what ghost was what sometimes, because they're pretty simple. There was like 5 ghosts, and you could pretty much tell what they were almost at the start. There was only a couple you might be a bit like, well, is this it? Is it this or is it that? But even then, it was like, it's just, I don't know. It's probably, it is a good game. I won't say it's a bad game. You know, we had a bit of fun with it. I think the maps were better than Faz.
Yes.
You know, you had outdoors ones. There were quite large maps as well. Like they were different. None of them felt like with Faz. It's houses or farmhouses that are pretty much almost similar.
Yeah.
But even the larger maps on this, they didn't feel as turnaroundy as they did in Faz. Like if you go into prison or the asylum. Like, I think I was like the first time I played the school. Well, we went in. I died after like 10 minutes, and I spent an hour as a ghost waiting for everyone to finish doing the thing.
Yeah.
Because it took like another 40 minutes for everyone to find where the ghost was. It's just, that's what I mean. Even Faz has its
Drawbacks, yeah.
yeah, you know, but that's my opinion. You know, obviously some people will think differently, but yes, that's what I played anyway.
One of the things I did like about it was you didn't really know when the ghost was going to attack, and it could attack at any moment without you realizing, but you could run away and get away from it attacking better than you could in Phasmophobia. Like, in Phas, once your light starts flashing, it's hunting, you're going to go hide, but you can't. You couldn't. It's slightly changed now because of the update, but you when it first came out, you couldn't run away from it. It's like if it saw you, that was it. You were dead. So that I did particularly like that about Ghost Hunters, but yeah, I'm kind of with you. There seemed like there was something a bit lacking about it. I don't know.
I mean, it might have just been, like I said, we've been playing Phas for so long, we're so used to it, and we've got into a new game, and you know, you can't copy and paste. That's the thing. You've got to do something different, otherwise people will just say, "Look, you've just copied it."
Yeah.
I mean, like Phas has pretty much set a precedent for that type of game now. So everything that comes out like it will probably be compared to Phas.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Some people probably like Ghost Hunters Core more than they do Phas. But again, it's all about opinions and stuff. And like I said, I didn't hate the game. I just think I'd rather play Phas over that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I'm in agreement.
Phasmophobia has a better name than Ghost Hunters Core. What?
Well, you're the
Okay,
corporation
cool.
of ghost hunters. I think that's what you're meant to be, you know. Phasmophobia is a bit of a... you're an operation, but you're a bit lacking in everything.
I expect you to be Zach... Oh, what's his name? Zach Bagans? Like, in Ghost Hunting Corp. Like, you're playing the guy from Ghost Adventures. That's what I'm expecting to happen if I ever play this game. Like, it sounds like a really cheesy ghost hunting show, which FYI I love. Don't get me wrong.
We were the female Ghostbusters, so
there you go.
It's true, yeah. The one female character has been copied 3 times with like 3 different looks, but it's very much the same character. So we were all playing
the same
as
model
that.
wearing a different t-shirt or something.
Yeah, literally.
pretty much, yeah.
Which I'm not gonna slate them for that. They're a very, very small indie game company. You just gotta do what works for you with the least amount of cost that goes out. So that's fine. It was funny, especially when we were poking each other's boobs, but yeah. That's a different podcast.
Right.
Cool.
I wouldn't put it. It's what I expected from you, Nestle, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think everybody would agree with that.
I've missed it, I'll be honest.
Oh, you can poke my boobs any day.
Yeah, next week.
What has this podcast become?
Swiftly moving to Bendy. Have you played anything new this week?
I have played something new. I haven't played much video games, in all honesty. I played a bit of Hyrule Warriors because of the Nintendo Direct, and I've realised that I've not played enough of it. And yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty fun. It's just more Zelda but hack and slash. And I like the fact that they're building on Breath of the Wild by doing the story beforehand. And, you know, you stick a Zelda sticker on it, I'm buying it, and playing it. You could sell me, I don't know, just a turd with a Triforce on it, and I'd probably buy it. In all fairness. Yeah, it's pretty good. I haven't used that. I don't play too much of it. But I've done a bit of tabletop. I've been really boring this week, to be honest.
been one of those weeks.
But I'm
hasn't
off. Yeah, I'm off next week, off of day job work. So it's like
it? Ew,
I'm gonna
day
do
job.
all the games. Yeah, they
Ew,
suck.
day job.
So next week I'll probably have more to say, hopefully.
That's fair. Yeah, so you say Hyrule Warriors is, I can't speak apparently, Hyrule Warriors, who decided that was a good name, by the way, is before Breath of the Wild, or is it before some of the other Zelda games as well?
It's this version, the version I'm playing, which is Age of Calamity,
Yeah.
is the story before Breath of the Wild.
Right.
So it's like the lead up to what happens in Breath of the Wild. I think. I don't know. I'm about halfway through. But it's definitely set before that.
You'll play that, and then I think that means that you have to play Breath of the Wild again, right? That's the rule, right?
It's probably going to be the rule. Yeah. I still
Cool.
have about 800 Korok seeds to find still, so I'm going to do it.
Fair
Whoa.
enough. Cool.
My
So I'll.
completionist heart.
You're know that feeling. Sitting there going, I've got one triumph left. I've got one triumph left. Rocking backwards and forwards and sweating. Anyway.
What have you been up to?
What have I been up to? So I, like many, many thousands of other people in the world at the moment, millions in fact, probably, not thousands, going a bit low there, have been playing Kena and the Bridge of Spirits, which is brand new kind of action adventure game, and it's a solid 8 out of 10 in my book. It is good. It's got a really interesting story. You really, like, you can connect with the main character, Kena, to a certain extent. I'll get onto that in a bit. There's these tiny little cute little things in the game called the Rot, and they are the most adorable things that I have ever seen ever. Legitimately. I cannot think of anything more cute than these things. And you go around like saving them, and they're so geeky. But again, that's something else. Yeah, story's good, character's good, combat, it's mechanically interesting and difficult, but that's where I come in with a problem, because they've called the easiest mode story mode, and it's not story mode, it's easy mode, because there's still difficulty to it. Story mode in my book is you can go through the game, yes, there's a bit of fighting, but you're not having to worry about it. And it's not that. The fights are difficult, even on story mode. I struggled with a lot of them, and it put a bit of a dampener on the game for me.
Thinking of like story mode games that I've been playing, so when I was playing Psychonauts 2, like you cannot die. Like that's a thing about the story mode, is that you don't lose any health.
Yeah,
that's a story mode.
That's the same with Ratchet and Clank.
You can't have a story mode if you're still, there's still an element of death there. It doesn't make any sense to me.
That's my opinion as well. It's not story mode, it's easy mode. Are they?
Was there difficulty choices then?
Yes, so there's story, I think it goes story, medium, and hard, and then once you've unlocked, like once you finish the game, you get expert. But you can unlock expert by just doing the story mode, which is, to me, I'm thinking they just didn't name it properly. It should have been easy. So
it is a bit strange they've named it story over easy.
Yeah. And yeah, that's the one thing that gave me a bugbear about it. It's just like somebody coming into this, because the thing is, the fights are very mechanical. Like they have things that you have to do and you have to think about, and you have to do a lot of stuff at the same time. And I sometimes struggle to be able to do a lot of stuff in fights at the same time. I just don't have the dexterity in my fingers to do this, especially on a controller. I am a mouse and keyboard person, but when I'm doing a relaxing game, the controller's fine, but I was struggling a lot. So somebody else who perhaps has a disability and can't like do things quickly like that would struggle a lot with it. Having picked story mode, you'd expect to be able to not have to worry about dying, so you could get the mechanics down over a certain period of time. If you're still dying, there's no way you can do that. it really put a dampener on it to the point where I was a bit like, I kind of wish I hadn't bought it. Which is a shame, because I think the story, it really is a fantastic game. But you've got to set people's expectations if you give them a story mode.
If you have a story mode, I'm doing inverted commas, not that you can see my fingers moving, but that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
That's so that you can play the story, right? So
Yeah.
what if you get it's not a Soulsborne game where you have to get good at parrying and dodging and stuff.
Well, you
want to feel the story. That's what a story mode should do.
This is the other thing. One of my friends who is a Souls player, he loves the Dark Souls games, he loves loads of games like this, and he does them on hard. He had the game on hard difficulty, and he said he was struggling. So I'm like, you've got this game that's been kind of marketed as this cutesy little, like, run around action kind of fighting game. And actually, you've got people who are pretty proficient at playing Dark Souls who are kind of struggling with it. So, like, at that point, crikey, you definitely need a proper story mode.
From the looks of, like, its art style and things, it looks like it's a game up my alley, but now I'm being kind of put off because
I know, and I don't want to put people off because it is good, but if you struggle with mechanics in fights, you struggle with this game. Which is such a shame.
To see what happens.
Because they also have like puzzle elements to it, and the puzzles are fantastic. Oh, I love the puzzles. They were great. I mean, they have the same stupid freaking PlayStation controller issue of, you know, jumping off into a direction that you shouldn't be jumping into. But that's a PlayStation issue. But like, the game is good. It's just the fighting mechanics are so strange. It really, like, me and my other half, Andy's a big gamer as well, and he had it on medium mode. He also found it struggling, and he also found it really weird that there was what you'd expect is the fights get harder as you go on, right? Well, we got up to one of the fights, and yeah, it was doing that. It was getting harder, and then it seemed to drop off after the middle fight, and everything seemed to get easier. We didn't understand it.
Very strange. Very strange.
So like I said, it's a solid 8 out of 10. I genuinely think they need to relook at the what they've called the story mode and recall it an easy mode. You can, I'm pretty sure you can go back and do that. It might be a patch that they have to do, but in my opinion, they should do that. There are a few bugs, which I've seen. Nobody seems to be talking about this, and I'm sorry, I failed to believe it was only me that got these bugs. It was crashing. There were some glitches and stuff that were happening, so it's not quite as polished as a lot of people are making it out to be. But if you are okay with a bit of mechanics in your fights and you want a bit of a challenge, do buy it. It is a good game. It is fun. The ending made me cry. But
oh dear.
See, that's when a story is good.
Yeah.
When it makes, well, I don't know if it'll make me cry, but I'm heartless. So.
But yeah, if you don't mind a bit of like mechanics in your fighting and you don't mind dying a few times before you get it right, definitely get the game. It is £32 pretty much from PS and computer, and it's on PS and computer. It's not on Xbox yet. However, it's only a timed exclusive for PS, so it will come to Xbox at some point.
Yeah, well, hopefully maybe it'll come on Game Pass and then I won't have to worry about spending £32.
Well, there is that. I mean, if it comes on Game Pass, I absolutely would recommend you get it, because it definitely would be worth it at that point.
Yeah.
But yeah,
oh,
that's my 2 cents.
And I had heard about the same similar thing on another thing that I listened to about the combat.
Mm.
But it does look real cute. It's so cute. Those little things. I want to collect them all.
And you kind of can. But in game. But yeah, that is that. Anybody want to say anything else quickly? On anything else new? Before we go to the next section? No, we only played one new thing. Cool.
It's only been a week.
Okay, sorry. Cool. All right. We'll go on to the next section then, which we're doing this week is your favorite multiplayer game. I'm going to start with Tempest. Oh no, we're going to start with Bendy.
No, I was just gonna say I may have misunderstood the assignment. Carry on, Tempest.
Well,
No, hang on.
I'm first.
I want to know how she's misunderstood the assignment first.
You'll see.
Okay, Tempest, you can go first.
tease over later.
I'm not. I
Keep
think I
coming.
know what Tempest is.
Do you?
I think so.
I think I already know as well.
Yeah. Well, it'll probably be on every list every week.
Go on.
Overwatch.
Yeah, there it is.
There you go.
But I did have a think, and I thought I don't want to just say Overwatch for everything. So I have got a couple of other multiplayer
Swear
games.
to
that I
God, if it's Warzone,
did
I'm
enjoy
cutting
playing.
you off right now.
No, I wouldn't say that. Yes, I play it, but I don't.
I
It's
don't
not my
enjoy
favourite
it.
at all. It's not my favorite. No, I've raged hard at that.
Cool. Go for it.
But as they're not strictly like online multiplayer games as they are, but they are games I've played multiplayer and have only ever played multiplayer because I just find them better to play that way. So yeah, I've taken a little liberty with it, but it's Borderlands and Monster Hunter World.
Ah, yes. Yeah.
I didn't misunderstand the assignment because you did exactly the same thing as
didn't.
me.
Those are multiplayer games.
Yeah, I just
you
took
play
it as
with
games you can
multiple
play multiplayer.
people.
I mean, it's when I think multiplayer, I think you're competitive multiplayer, but I only really play co-op.
You might be
Yeah.
getting a bit confused with Battle Royale rather than multiplayer.
I think there's a
I would say like Call of Duty, Overwatch, they're competitive multiplayers. Halo's multiplayer. I don't play any of those, so
I think
No, but-
it's I think like obviously they are both multiplayer
Yeah.
to a degree. It's just one's story based, one's like just shoot based.
Yeah,
But they're both multiplayer. But
absolutely.
yes, so they are like my two top. Like I mean, the Borderlands series and Monster Hunter World is a fantastic game. I put too many hours into that.
Yeah, I have played Monster Hunter World before. I'll be honest, I had the same issue. You know, when we were talking about No Man's Sky last week, I was saying the two people that I played with were so far ahead of me that it became boring. The same thing happened for Monster Hunter World for me. I got a certain point, everybody else was so far ahead of me, and they wanted to do other things, and I was like, I am bored of being by myself in this.
Yeah, that's not how you that's not how you play that game though. That's the thing. You're supposed to go as a unit, and if someone needs stuff for their armor or weapons or whatever, you kind of all grind that together. That's the way. Like, I mean, I know that's the way we played it, but you know, it's supposed to be a unit thing. If someone needs something, you'll all go and do the same thing together, so that no one is left behind.
Yeah, I think that was just the
You
people
know?
who were playing with, to be honest.
Well,
No,
tell
but
them off.
there
Bad players.
there were aspects of Monster Hunter that I really enjoyed, and I'm not just saying that from as a cosplay perspective.
I was. Do you know what? That was. It's spoiled it now, but that was going to be like my one thing later when we got to a certain thing.
Not
was
spoiled
I
it.
was
It's
going-
fine.
Yeah.
Keep them. Don't spoiler it.
Don't.
Keep them. Keep
All right.
trailer for later. Trailer
I'll
for
keep going.
later.
All right. I've put the line in the water, as they say.
Just put a pin in it.
But yeah, they're kind of like my favorite multiplayer games because I would go back and play them over and over again.
Yeah. And that is the aspect of them. Is like that is why you'd play them, is you can just go back over and over again, as well as being able to play with your friends.
And they're so much better with friends.
Yeah. That's my next question. Do you play with friends, or I don't know if you can. Can you play with randos in Monster Hunter?
You can.
You can, which is proof
Yep.
I never did.
Yeah, you can basically go into a mission and you can put up a flare and people can then join you and help you. Or when you go into the book to choose your mission, you can go on to a bit that says help or it's like or mission, like you search for missions that have already started, so you've got people that have started one and you're free to join them after a certain time. So you can play with randos all you like.
Good. Borderlands you can't though, if I remember correctly.
I think there is matchmaking.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, but it's really bad. It's
Oh.
not.
Yeah.
It's really hard to actually get into a game with
Yeah,
matchmaking. I've
You're
never
better off
played it
just
with a
playing with
rando.
friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've only ever
Or
played
even on
Borderlands
your
with
own,
friends.
but-
Or on your own, yeah. Which, this is the next question, just because I really want to know, Tempest. Which is your favourite Borderlands?
2.
Good lad.
There was no hesitation.
We'll have a bit of 2, don't we, Bendy?
What the question is what is the best DLC? And I know what it is, so you don't need to answer.
Okay, I won't answer then.
That, you know, talking to you like I have, I'm pretty sure it's Dragon Keep,
Tiny
right?
Tanners, yeah.
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 And speaking of,
Wonderlands, maybe.
I cannot wait for the game that's coming out.
Yeah, I cannot wait either.
So good.
Wonderlands, bring it.
Wonderland.
All about it. They've expanded on their best DLC, and I'm like, yes, yes, give it to me.
Can you
As long
tell?
as there's
Can
lots
you
of
tell we
Korg
love
and
Borderlands?
Claptrap, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. My 2 favourite characters too. I know everybody's hatred for Claptrap, but I fucking love him.
I love
don't know
Claptrap.
why people hate him so much.
That-
His
that's
birthday
who I call-
party is the saddest thing
Yeah.
in the whole world. And yes, when you play the Peach sequel, you have to do it as Claptrap, even though his ultimate is really bad.
Fish!
I played through it as Claptrap, and I actually liked his ultimate.
Oh my god.
I always got the one where you explode. I swear to God, I got that more than anything else. Like, there
No.
are some really cool ones, or the bouncing one. Like, what?
I always
love
got
it.
the like Gunzerker one.
Oh,
That was a good one.
Yeah.
can't say
we,
it's the best one just because you kept getting the best one.
But it was the best one.
It was the best one, but Claptrap was not the best one to play. It was awful.
Yeah, but as soon as Claptrap was an option, I was playing nobody else.
Tempest, man, I agree. Absolutely agree. And you can
no.
keep oxygen, and you can heal with oxygen because you don't need it. He's actually a really good support class.
I'll take your
That's
word
why I
for
played
it.
Says,
I played it because it was Claptrap.
Because you played it because it was Claptrap.
Literally only reason.
Yeah, same. You have to justify why you play as Claptrap.
Yeah.
Support class.
Okay.
Yes.
Going-
Bendy, your turn.
Actually, I've got 2 more questions. You don't get away with it that quickly.
Oh,
So-
I might not have answers for them.
Well, that'll be your problem. Do you think there is anything that can be improved about the game? Improved, that was. Apparently, I really can't
God.
speak English tonight.
I'm.
I've stumped
I
him.
mean, I have something in my head, but it's not because I think it's a bad thing. It's
Yeah.
just obviously their big thing is there's lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of guns. But the issue I've got is that a lot of the guns you're getting, like, they do not increase with power very fast.
Right.
Like, you will find a gun, and like for me, I found a gun and I pretty much ran with that for like half the game before I found something that was even worth replacing it with.
Yeah.
Because they're just throwing these guns at you, and they're just either not as good or about the same as what I've got. You know, it was. I just felt like if you've got that many guns in the game, you know, maybe just throw a couple of. I'm not saying like OP guns. I'm just saying, like, you know, give me an incentive to keep to switch my guns out, you know, every now and then.
Yeah,
Was
I
it the
agree
fire
with that one.
SMG by any chance?
I don't. I'm talking more. I'm
Generally.
probably
There is a
talking
gun.
more about Borderlands 3,
Oh,
if
yeah.
anything. It just felt like it was just here, have loads of guns, and they were just all the same gun. And
Yeah,
I
which
think
I
that's
also
kind of what the
found-
problem was.
I found that really weird about Borderlands 3 because they actually made a thing about like you can properly do stuff with your guns here, you know? You can swap this and swap that, and you can like grind for specific guns here, there, and everywhere. And then it was just like, okay, but what? There's literally a gun all over the floor. I don't know which one I'm picking up. I'm just gonna go with the one that has the highest level here. It was bizarre.
Yeah, as long as it did the most damage, I was fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Does it
Cool.
shoot really fast? Does it do a lot of damage?
Yep.
Does it talk?
That's
What?
fine.
Sniper rifles got instantly sold.
Absolutely.
I hate sniper rifles in Borderlands. My friend thinks they're great, and I'm just like, why? Every time I get a sniper rifle or a shotgun, I'm like, no, I'm not going to use them.
Yeah.
Give me an AMG or an SMG.
Yeah.
That's all I use, and sometimes a Jacob's pistol, depending on if I'm feeling a bit frisky.
Oh, yeah, I remember playing through Borderlands 2. The Jacobs guns were just too good.
My white Jacobs,
Yeah,
my guy. He's so
mean,
good.
I like Torg as a character, but his guns are a bit. I mean, I love an
Yeah.
explosion, but it's just the assault rifle. It's still just rockets.
Yeah.
Yeah, you only use Torg weapons when you're on a big boss and you use the rocket launchers. Like you run out of ammo on everything else and all you have is your rocket launcher ammo. That's when you use Torg. But he is a great character. He's so good. Love him.
Cool. And the last question, although I feel like this is a very redundant question, considering how much we've talked about it, is would you recommend others
Yes.
play the game? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, simple.
Yeah.
Do it. If you've not played them, play it. You know, it's the art's like it's definite vast change from the first one, and then from 2 onwards. You know, the first one is, I don't think it's as. I think they're trying to take themselves a little bit more seriously. There's still comedy
Yeah.
and stuff in it, but like from 2 onwards, it's just the shenanigans explodes, and it just makes it for a like much better game.
That is a great way of describing Borderlands. Just shenanigans.
It is
Shenanigans,
just
yeah.
shenanigans. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I have a special nostalgia for Borderlands, the main game. But yeah, arguably 2 is the better game. Like story wise, it's got a better villain, and no one beats Handsome Jack really.
I mean,
No,
in consideration,
he was the best one.
Yeah. Handsome Jack is fantastic.
Butt Stallion.
But Stallion. Cool. Right, Bendy. Now that you understand
Well-
your enstiment.
Well, mine was going to be Borderlands, so
Well, that was quick.
Quick, ask all the
We've already
questions
done
again.
it.
no, I do love Borderlands. It's a great co-op game, and I've played them all in co-op.
Yeah.
But we've spoken about that, so I'd probably then say my other one maybe Elder Scrolls Online.
Interesting. I didn't even know you played that.
It was when it first came out on console, because it was out on PC for a long time, and we had to wait ages for console. When it first came out on console, I played it all the time. I don't much play it anymore, but I kind of want to get back into it because they've done like Morrowind and stuff, and with the like all the other expansions and stuff that they've got so much more content now, which I need to go back into. But I remember playing that game like non-stop for probably a year.
Yeah.
Completing it, and it being great. It's another Elder Scrolls game. If you like Elder Scrolls games, they've done it well in their multiplayer.
Yeah.
Like they should have done exactly the same for 76, but we don't want to talk about that. We don't talk about the bad ones, the bad multiplayers. But I found a lot of ongoing friends through Elder Scrolls Online.
Oh, very nice.
Still in like a group chat and stuff. They still play. I don't. I'm just sort of like in the peripheral of the group chat. But there was a group of us that used to meet up and I'm still here every now and then. I'll pop in a meme or something in the group chat and they'll know I'm still there. But yeah, we wouldn't so much play the story, we would play the Crucible, which is the PvP part.
Hang on a minute.
Crucible? Hang on, no, wait, not Crucible.
I was gonna say
That's Destiny.
that's
Hold
not
on.
the right one.
What's it called? Oh, anyway. No, why am I saying Crucible? I know that's not right. No. It's the C, I'm sure. Hang on, it's not gonna be now, is it?
Actually, you never
It's
played
gonna
Elder Scrolls
The Googling
Online.
begins.
The Googling, you just hear tappy, tappy, tappy.
It's in the middle of the map. What's it called?
Anybody listening, put it in
Yes.
comments below. Because apparently we've
Because-
forgotten.
Certainly can't remember.
'Cause I don't know. Never
yeah.
played it, so
Well, this is the thing. I've only ever played Skyrim. I mean,
Scrim.
Scrim. I've only ever played Scrim, and I only got halfway through it again. There's going to be this is going to be a running thing, okay? I got halfway through it. I got bored.
I
So-
mean that I get. I totally get that because
So I've never ever played.
most people do.
Yeah, I've never ever played any other Elder Scrolls game. So I've had a few people say to me, "Oh, play Elder Scrolls Online." But it's like, why? Why should I play Elder Scrolls? Give me a reason, not just you enjoy it. Give me a reason. So I'm gonna be like that with you, Bendy. Give me a reason.
Cyrodiil. That was what it was called.
Cyrodiil.
It was a Cyrodiil. I knew it was a C. I knew it was a C. Sorry, it was a Cyrodiil. Stop
got
your
that.
comments. Stop them.
No, keep
delete
commenting.
that comment. Delete it.
Or not. Give us the engagement. And
Yeah,
tell
give
me
me
I'm an idiot.
In
I
fact,
told you, Admiral idiot.
double
Right.
comment. Double comment everything.
So, hang on. So, yes, I interrupted you.
Yes. Why?
Why-
Why should we play this game?
The stories. I mean, I haven't played it in a good few years, but the story is really cool because it has its Bethesda like story elements in it. You've got Kate Beckinsale as a voice actress.
Really?
I mean, does that? Yeah, she plays the Queen Lady. Can't remember her name either.
Wow.
Wait, is this the one that's got Patrick Stewart in it?
No, that's Oblivion.
right.
Oh, thank God. I was about to be like, there is an Elder Scrolls games with Patrick Stewart and I haven't played it. Oh my God.
Seriously, Nell, play Oblivion. It's brilliant. It's a brilliant game.
I mean, I'll play it just
Do
because
it.
it's got Patrick Stewart in it. That man is a
Yeah,
legend.
he's in it. He's in it for like 10 minutes.
Oh, good. I can
just
play
ruin
it for
it
10
there for
minutes
you,
and then
but-
I can just
Yeah,
I can stop.
yeah, it's great. It's such a good game. Like that's Oblivion. Probably my favorite Elder Scrolls.
We're going into something else now.
Yeah, no, let's move away. But yes, why you should play it? It's still going. They're adding so much more content, and if you are a fan of the Elder Scrolls games in general, they've opened up a lot of the old like places. Like you can go to Morrowind, and like the new one that they're doing at the moment is a place that people should know. I think they've got Daggerfall, which is the second Elder Scrolls game. But yeah, it is good, and you can. I played a lot of the story by myself, but it is an MMO, so you'll just have randoms everywhere. So
Yeah.
if you're going in to do a bit of the story that is a bit hard, you'll probably end up having somebody else around to help you with it.
Yeah.
But it's got the typical Elder Scrolls visuals as well, which is quite nice. And a Khajiit has wares if you have coin.
So funny.
And I always play as a Khajiit every time. I have a problem.
You want to be a cat lady?
Literally. I don't have 4 pairs of ears. I don't know what you're talking about.
So it's a bit of an irrelevant question for an MMO, but like playing with friends or with randos, you kind of do both, or you can do it on your own. But do you prefer to play with your friends on it?
Yeah, so my friends that I've made through Elder Scrolls Online were randos
Oh,
at the
wow.
beginning, and then they became friends. So like, there's hub areas, and we were just all chatting in the hub area, and then they were like,
Yeah.
"Oh, do you want to come on a quest with us?" I was like, "Yeah, let's all go on a quest." And then we ended up like meeting up every now and then to carry on quests or just do some Cyrodiil stuff. And all games are better with your friends, though. Randoms
true.
can be weird,
Annoying.
annoying. I mean, usually
Yeah.
I'm the one that they're going, "Oh, get good, scrub."
Yes.
I'm not
Oh, yeah.
14. I don't have 12 hours a day to play Fortnite. Get out.
Yeah.
Just let me be bad at games, okay?
So, what do you think could improve the game?
It price wise is probably your big one. The expansions are expensive.
Yeah.
So I'd like to go and play this Blackwood expansion, but it's like the price of a full new game.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah. Well, not a full new game. I can't remember how much it is, like 20, 30 quid, but that's still a lot for
Yeah.
essentially an expansion. But
Isn't that a bit like Destiny though as well though?
yeah. Destiny's expansions can be quite expensive. But I guess you do get quite a lot. I'll probably end up getting back into it now that I've spoken about it and thinking, actually,
It's
this
always
game
the
is
way.
probably really good. Let's go and do all the ones that are now, all the ones that are cheap or free. Because it's another thing, because it is an MMO. If you don't get the expansion straight away, you can wait a couple of years and then be cheap or even free. So
We like free.
free is very good. So watch me talk about me playing Elder Scrolls Online all of next week when I'm off work.
Fair enough. So overall, recommend it to others to play?
Yeah,
Get
I would.
into?
And it's on Game Pass.
Ooh, of course it is, because
So
it's
your
Bethesda.
Bethesda. So your base game's on Game Pass. So if you got Game Pass, download it, give it a go, give the base game a go, because there's a lot of content just in the base story anyway.
You're not losing anything by downloading it. Maybe some space on your hard drive.
It is quite big, but still, do it. Listen to Auntie Bendy and buy or download Elder Scrolls Online. Have a good time.
And
I'd
then
like to
when
also make a little honourable mention to World of Warcraft as well. Why not? But I've never played that with other people. I've only ever played that on my own.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I've never played it. Again, it's another game where people are like, play it, and I'm like, you know what? I don't have enough time for that in my life. It's like I definitely do not have enough time to get into that and learn how to play it and then play it along with everything else that I do.
Yes, it's one of those
All-consuming lives things.
Oh, I do have another. Sorry, do have another honourable mention.
my
Go on
word.
then.
RuneScape. Everybody should play RuneScape at least once in their life. Okay, I mean, me and my partner used to sit in the same bed playing RuneScape on different laptops at the same time. It was great. Good times. RuneScape. All the MMOs, just play them.
I was going to say, you're just listing the MMOs now.
That just
yes.
felt like a proper ad there. RuneScape, good times, play it.
Good times.
RuneScape, call us. You know.
Sponsorship.
Not a sponsor, but sponsor us.
Not a sponsor, could be a sponsor.
Yeah, RuneScape.
You two
We
could
are
sponsor
willing to sell out.
us. Cool. Before Bendy thinks of any other MMOs that she wants to add to the list, I guess I should probably go. Although I am fairly certain everybody will know what my multiplayer game is going to be.
Me. Teacher, I know this one. Me.
I'm going to go with Stardew Valley.
Yes. No. Although technically, yes, it is a multiplayer.
It is a multiplayer. Not tried it multiplayer yet, but
Yeah, no. Obviously, my favourite multiplayer game is Destiny 2. Not Destiny 1, because I've never played Destiny 1. Because when everybody I knew was playing it, I didn't know any of them, so I didn't know.
Me being one of them.
You being one of them, Ben. But yes,
I actually did used to play Destiny.
She did, and she doesn't anymore. Even though she could play on with me now because it's cross-platform.
Well, you didn't tell me that. I still have Destiny 2.
Yeah, we could play together.
So
it's cross-platform.
We could play together.
We could. I played with Tempest. I made Tempest get it.
Yes, and I still need to play more of it. It's just
it's one of those games where you have to book time in because it can be all-consuming.
We should do it.
Yeah. And
all three of us should have a game of Destiny at some point.
That could be a different podcast. It could be a separate episode of the podcast.
Haven't played this game since it was released.
Dying. Random Vandal number 5 killed me. But yeah, it's my favourite game because I think it has a great story as well as great shooting mechanics. I still to this day have not found a game where the feel of the gun feels as good as Destiny. And I know that's really strange because you've obviously not got a gun in my hand, but it's just nice. They've balanced the guns really nicely, other than the odd occasion where Telesto breaks everything. But it's a fun game. They as Bendy and Tempest did mention, the seasonal. They've gone over to a seasonal aspect now, so you get your main DLC once a year. It used to be in September, but they've moved the next one, the Witch Queen, to February.
Scoundrels.
It was meant to be coming out. Well, it was meant to be coming out now, but they had to push it back, which is fine because they can't really afford to have another a bad DLC come out. Shadowkeep came out, was not good. It was fine. It was not up to standard. Beyond Light was better, but still had some issues, so they really can't afford to bring a DLC out that isn't like Forsaken, which is still to this day one of the best DLCs that they've ever brought out. There's an argument between the Taken King and Forsaken, basically. Taken King obviously being Destiny 1. But yeah, Forsaken is brilliant, and they had a lot to live up to with that, and they haven't quite got to it. But the seasonal models, you get a Duff season once a year, but relatively speaking, the other seasons are fantastic. We have a great one at the moment. It's an amazing story. It's interesting, the things that you have to do on a weekly basis aren't boring. They keep you going for a long time. They've just completely redone Trials of Osiris, which is one of their big PvP modes, and everybody seems much happier with that. I don't play PvP. I don't particularly like PvP. I'm not good at PvP, so I try not to go into it. But yeah, they're doing well for a game that has run for such a long time now. And
released.
Destiny 2 was released September 2017. And you should know this because we were AGX, I think, when it came out.
I have pictures of us with Kate.
No, that was Forsaken. That was 2018. That was the Forsaken DLC. That was the year before. The first time we ever went to EGX, Destiny were there, and they had Andy was really into it at that point. I hadn't quite got into it, but he was really taking pictures of the model sparrows and the model guns that were there. You and me, I think it kind of was just bleh for us. But yeah,
I remember the sparrow. But I thought that was the same year as the Forsaken. But I guess it wasn't.
No, it was the year after. Yeah, it was the second year. Because I remember, the second year I went in my Warlock cosplay.
Yes, and I've got pictures. That's what I've got pictures of. Yeah.
But yeah, and again, Destiny is another game where you can play by yourself, you can play with friends, or you can play with randos, and I do all three but I do prefer to play with my friends. If you have friends to play it with, don't play by yourself. It's so much more fun with friends. I know so many people that have said, well, I tried playing it, but I was just by myself and it got a bit boring. And I'm like, that's because you're playing by yourself. When you play with friends, everything gets fun. Everything gets easier. It's just, yeah, play with friends if you can.
When I did play it, I used to play with friends, and yeah, it is good fun. But I can't distinguish between Destiny 1 and Destiny 2 in my mind now.
Well, in that respect, what's even worse is they brought a bunch of Destiny 1 into Destiny 2. So...
I remember having a lot of fun, definitely on Destiny 1, because everything was very new.
Yeah.
My redhead warlock. Oh, good time.
You have a redhead warlock. She's my bae.
Yeah. I've got like special editions of them both Destiny 1 and 2.
Not even I get the special editions of stuff for Destiny.
I know. It's got nice maps and stuff in it, apparently. I don't know. I haven't opened the box since I got it.
Half of the Destiny 2 maps probably aren't even there. They've been put in the vault.
Yes.
Yes. And that leads on to my criticism of the game. They vaulted so much stuff, it is now really hard for newbies to get into it and understand and have a good story. You have to buy either one of the DLCs or one of the seasons in order to get any kind of story. And I don't like it. If you're going to make your base game free, you've got to give somebody a story, otherwise they're not going to come back.
No, I agree.
I mean, I do understand to a certain extent the reason why they did what they did, because the game got so big, people weren't able to get it on their PCs and their like PS4s anymore. It was huge. But the New Light campaign, in my opinion, is not good enough. Like, I'm pretty seasoned by now. I deleted one of my characters and started again, and even I was like, what the F do I do now? I don't understand. I'd know what to do if it was the original campaign, but I don't understand what to do now. I mean, Tempest, what did you think? You're more of a New Light than me.
I mean, I quite liked... I mean, I got like the first bit, it kind of just didn't really feel like story kind of thing at first. You know, it just throws you in and it gives you the basics and the grasp. But then as soon as I'd done all that and then I started playing the DLC stuff, because I've literally played the Forsaken. I think that's the one I've played. But that was really good. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah,
right.
The base New Light game is not good enough for story to keep people in, because that is one of the things with Destiny is its story is amazing, and that's why people like playing it over and over again, is because you get story. But if you take that story away, you gotta loot a shooter, which you could, there are plenty of the looter shooter games. So you gotta give your edge. Gotta make sure you keep your edge. But yeah, that is literally, I think, my only criticism of it. Because any other criticism would just be PvP, and that would just me being biased. Because I don't like PvP.
Everybody's better than me.
Literally, I'm sitting here going, I just shot him and he didn't die. And Andy's like, you didn't shoot him. I saw the bullet go 3 meters the other way. I was like, yeah, but I should have shot him. Yeah.
I usually play PvP to be the one that goes out and gets shot so that the other people can take them out.
Yeah,
I was cannon fodder.
Cannon fodder. That is the only thing I'm good at in PvP and Destiny. But yes, I would certainly recommend the game to everybody. The base game for Destiny 2 is free. And I think Forsaken, which I, again, would say is the best DLC that they have ever brought out, is pretty cheap on every platform. So I would definitely recommend people get that and have a good bit of fun. If you do play it, let me know in the comments. Let's be Bungie friends! Yay!
Yay, friends.
Also cross-platform.
Yeah.
Always good.
Yeah. They brought
Being
that
able
in.
to play with friends on different platforms is great. I think every game that has a multiplayer aspect should do that.
Yes. Agreed. It just makes everything so much easier.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, those were our favourite multiplayer games. Bendy apparently had 6 million.
I got one more.
Oh god.
Mario Kart.
Mario Kart.
It's
Well,
two.
we haven't had a Switch
Why?
one, so definitely Mario Kart.
Yeah. I mean, original Mario Kart 2. When playing with my brothers and always losing.
I remember playing with Tempest and always losing to Hull.
I lost to
Yeah, our friend's too
I
good.
lost to my friend's son. So
And son.
he's 8. I was winning the first time in my life. Blue shell.
Oh no. Yes, there are a lot of clips of Tempest getting very angry on the line because something's hit him.
You can find them on TikTok.
Literally. They're hilarious. But that is definitely a worthy last minute entry there, Bendy. Absolutely.
Yeah. Maybe I didn't misunderstood the assignment.
You
I
didn't.
understood it
You
too
got an
well.
A star.
First ever one.
Or teacher's pet.
Yes.
I
Bring
mean,
it.
let's face it. She's always going to be the teacher's pet
Geese.
when it was me. Geese, geese. Cool. Okay. Shall we get on to some gaming news? I don't know why I sang that.
Because why not? We need a musical interlude in every podcast.
Who doesn't? Bendy, you go.
So, there was a Nintendo Direct last week. Don't know if you guys knew about this.
Yes.
Yep.
They introduced a lot of games, like expansions for Hyrule Warriors, hence why I was playing it. The new Mario Party All Stars, that's going to be coming. Bit of Bayonetta, Splatoon 3, Kirby, typical Nintendo games. Everybody's excited. But I don't want to talk about games. No. I want to talk about the Mario movie. Do you guys know that they're releasing a Mario movie in 2022? Yeah.
Do indeed.
Mario, voiced always by Charles Martinet, right? Well, not anymore. No. I know. What we'll do is we'll get Chris Pratt to do it. I would like to talk about the casting of this movie.
Please do.
What were you thinking, Nintendo? Okay. Chris Pratt, Mario. Luigi, Charlie Day, Bowser, Jack Black, Donkey Kong, Jack Black Bowser, Donkey Kong, Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong, and then Keegan-Michael Kay as Toad. I don't understand what this movie is going to be.
They've gone around everybody that they found remotely funny in like the mid 2000s and gone, let's put him in a movie.
And then just for like recent star power, Princess Peach is being played by that Anna Taylor-Joy from The Queen's Gambit. I didn't watch it, but it's like, let's get all these old like, not really old, but like comedy actors, and then just throw in a nice new female star in there. I'm just very confused what they're thinking and how it's going to be. And video game movies have started to get good.
Sonic.
Like, I've heard Sonic is great. I haven't seen it, but I've heard it's very, very good, and they listened to everybody.
It's
and they made it good.
Very good adaptation for a video game. I thought it was quite well done. I was a bit concerned about Jim Carrey being Robotnik, but he actually did a very good job.
And then my favourite video game movie, Detective Pikachu, was brilliant. so they're going on the rise. I feel like this is going to be like Super Mario Brothers
Oh
1991. I think it
God,
came out.
no!
Right? It's like, let's just throw people who are popular at the time at a Mario movie and it will be fine. And then you get Super Mario Brothers, the movie, which was just terrible.
I don't honestly just
Terrible.
think that's down to the cast, though. I mean, you look at the character designs they put for that
Mario,
film, like
Mario.
the Toads and even Bowser, like it
Oh,
just
it's just
it was
so
it weren't good.
bad.
It wasn't good.
No.
It was just, but I just feel like maybe this is what's going to happen. But it's animated, which I just find strange. If you're going to have an animated movie, why would you switch up the voice of Mario?
Because it's still Hollywood factor.
Mm.
You still got that Hollywood factor.
I mean,
But he's in it.
odds are they're not going to be talking in Italian accents.
No.
No, but Charles Martinet is in it. So what is he doing in it?
Be a small cameo.
He's playing other characters, so I imagine anything like that he voices other than Mario in the game, he will probably do voices for.
It's just I will put my reservations, I guess, and I will watch it because it's Mario and that's childhood. But I'm very dubious about this. But then again, I was very dubious about Ryan Reynolds being in Detective Pikachu, and that was gold. So I could be very wrong.
Time will tell on this one.
Time will tell. We should try and make actual good video game movies and stop making bad ones. Okay?
Please.
Although, arguably, I still think Mortal Kombat is one of the best movies ever made.
God, no!
Fight me!
Original Mario Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
See, you say that Street Fighter has got a soft spot in my heart.
Oh,
I also like Street Fighter 2 because Raul Julia is just gold. He's just the best. That casting was so wrong, but so right all at the same time. So you never know. You never know.
Kylie Minogue in it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so bad, but it's good.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. So that's my news, that there's a Mario movie and Mario's being played by Chris Pratt. Cool.
Tempest. What wisdom have you got to impart on us this week from the gaming world of news?
Well, I wouldn't say it's wisdom, but a new G.I. Joe video game is coming from Wizards of the Coast, the company that owns Magic the Gathering and Dungeons and Dragons. While this project hasn't been formally announced yet, Wizards of the Coast careers page confirms that the company is currently staffing up a new studio whose first project will be a new AAA third-person action-adventure game. The 4 open job listings reveal a few more specifics, like the fact that they will be combat of some kind as well as progression. I'd imagine there's combat, but through the details are being kept vague. If you're wondering why Wizards of the Coast are making a G.I. Joe video game, it's a simple answer. They are part of Hasbro, the toy company that owns G.I. Joe as well as others. And Wizards of the Coast have been building up a game development business for a while. So obviously we might actually see some Dungeons and Dragons games come out from them as well.
Dark Alliance. Have you not played that yet?
I have. I weren't a fan, but
it's jank.
Yeah.
Obviously, Fun with Friends. That's another game I'm going to put on my list. Fun with Friends.
Fun with Friends.
But there's plenty of material for them to work with, given there's like a cartoon series and there has been recent movies and stuff.
Yeah.
But at the end of this, I actually have a question for you both.
Does that mean I have to go first, or are you at the end of your section?
I will ask. Yeah, well, I'm just going to ask you now.
Okay.
A childhood toy or cartoon series, what would you like to see turned into a AAA game?
Oh, crikey.
Pluto.
Isn't that just
A AAA Cluedo.
A triple A Cluedo. Like, think about it. Just give it a second. Give it a second. Like a Professor Layton's style Cluedo. Just
I can imagine it being a bit like
drop it out there.
Myst or something like Nettle mentioned last week.
yeah?
You're just going into the like, different rooms, collecting clues, interrogating people.
I feel like this is a Hercule Poirot type of like game.
Oh, and
You
then
just
you
got
add
David
this, like,
Suchet like twiddling his mustache.
but you're also being hunted by the killer. So you're trying to find who the killer is.
So
but
like
you're being
DBD,
hunted by them.
but
survival horror.
you know what it
Survival
is?
horror Cluedo.
Bendy's just
Telltale Cluedo.
I was
Yes. Give it to me. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, rip, but yes, I can get on board.
I'd
Colonel
play it.
Mustard
I'd
will
play it.
remember this. That's mine.
I just does this count Digimon? Am I not allowed that?
Well, there has been Digimon games, but
But like a
probably
proper
wouldn't have said there's like a
AAA.
AAA one. No.
Yeah. I would love a AAA Digimon game.
We've had arguments of Pokemon over Digimon, haven't we? in the past?
have. I have arguments with everybody about this because nobody agrees with me and you're all wrong.
Is it because it's Pokemon?
No, it's because Digimon is better than Pokemon.
So that's the last time we hear from Nell.
There's going to
video
be
game podcast,
so
therefore.
many comments disagreeing with me. I don't care.
Digital
Digimon just
monsters, that's all I remember.
Digimon, digital monsters, Digimon
That's
are
it.
the champions.
Champions! That's the one.
It was just- The TV
Oh,
series in particular was so much better than Pokemon. I'm sorry, I don't care. It had better story, it had better characters, and I cared about the Digimon. I did not care about the Pokemon at all.
You've clearly not seen the Pidgey episode then, because even with My Heart is Black as Coal, that episode got me. And then the episode where Pikachu got hurt that time and he was running like, don't die, Pikachu. How? Ugh. When Butterfree went.
You brought
Oh,
back tearful memories now.
Jesus.
Pikachu.
Oh
Stop
my
crying out.
god.
Digimon are that. I'm sorry.
Did you have a second question, Tempest, or was that it?
No, that was my question for
Okay,
to go
cool.
with that topic. I just
That's
wanted
fine.
to gauge to see what you'd come out with.
I
so.
just wanted to see how many other people I could offend who were listening to the podcast at the same time. You know, not content with the few people that listen. I'm gonna just alienate all of them. Cool. Well, my piece of
rules in the comments.
No.
Do it.
Digimon rules. Digimon rules.
Team
all right?
Rocket.
Oh Jesus.
Team
No.
Rocket.
Okay, I'm gonna say it right now, and this is gonna be the thing that either shuts me up or vindicates me. Whatever you preferred, write it in the comments, and we will talk about this next week.
It's now become a 90s TV show
Oh,
podcast.
Nettle.
I can do that.
Prepare for trouble.
Yeah, I know. I think I'll just
Make it double.
Oh God!
I had to.
That's all we've got
I
time
had
for,
to.
folks. I hate you both. Right,
Kiss
before they go on, I'm not kissing you. Before they go on, I will take my piece of news. It's not piece of news. It is and it isn't. It's a lot of spinfall. It's a lot of maybes. But earlier this month, the month of September, Nvidia had a leak of games that were supposedly coming out in the next couple of years. Some of these we knew about. Some of them were pretty much leaving people with their head scratched because there were some incredible ones on there. One of the ones that made a lot of people go, oh, please God, yes, was Titanfall 3.
I've heard about this.
Now, Respawn very quickly came back and responded and said, don't get your hopes up. I've said it before. We don't have anything in the works. There's nothing there. We've got too many other games to work on right now. That is a load of bollocks. They do not have too many games to work on right now. They have I think they've got a Star Wars game, and they've got Apex.
Yeah.
That everybody knows about. So the statement in itself makes me think thou doth protest too much, sir. There's way too many. No, nothing, no. I am of one of those people who's fairly confident that this is a proper leak and we are going to get Titanfall 3 because they have effed up so badly with Titanfall 2. Apex has had so many problems with the last few releases. They need something. They absolutely need something.
Can I put another honourable mention? Titanfall. That was real good when that came out.
Do
Jesus.
you just want to say every multiplayer game ever?
This is what I'm saying.
I don't like Call of Duty or Battlefield, so not them.
You're gonna offend Staffy if you say that. Battlefield. He's gonna get.
Hi, Staffy. I actually, in all fairness, I like to watch people play Battlefield because it's very pretty. I just can't play it myself because I'm bad. My other half plays Battlefield and he likes Battlefield, but yeah, no.
But anyway, yes. So Respawn have said no. I don't believe them. I think we are going to get Titanfall 3 next year.
I agree, and I totally agree with the fact the man does protest too much.
Yeah.
Like you give, and if you generally don't have anything, you just go, well, you never know.
Yeah.
And I know he was on a live stream, and it was probably like he's been asked this all the time, but it's just, it doesn't feel like I would have been like, even if it's not on the cards, isn't you never know, because they still have the licensing to it. So
yeah. Well, the thing is, Titanfall stuff is being put into Apex all the time now. The lore is being pushed over. It is there. Everyone is very aware of it in the Apex universe.
I always wanted them to put Titans in Apex, because I think a really good game mode would be the Titan game mode, where your objective is to get to the Titan and survive in the Titan. Titan drops on the map, loads of people come in, you get in the Titan, you either kill everybody or someone gets you out of the Titan. Wouldn't that be a good great game mode, though?
In Apex?
Didn't Fortnite do something like that at one point, though? They had mechs land on
I
the
think
map.
they had something, yeah. Having never played it, I couldn't say, but I'm sure I've heard people talk about it, and I don't think it went down well.
Because they didn't play enough Titanfall.
Probably. Or they played too much Titanfall and it wasn't good enough. That's what I'm saying. But the reason why I'm so confident that there has to be something coming from Titanfall 3 at some point in the next year or so is Titanfall 2 is now just unplayable. You can't play it. The hacker messed up the servers so much you can't play it. It's not there anymore.
Maybe that's the reason why they can't have a Titanfall 3, because they can't.
Different servers, different engine, different back end. Easy problem to solve. The reason why I think they're saying no is that people don't try and find the servers and hack into them.
That's a fair point.
But that is a bit of news that is not news. But maybe it's news, but we don't know. And that's my news. That's my news for the week. That was our news for the week.
Bing, bing, bong.
Oh, yay. Like
Oh,
it.
So, we'll go on to our last section, and this is going to be the section where we talk about kind of random stuff that we all like to kind of do. Last week we talked about tabletop games, we talked about D&D, and Bendy talked about her Blades in the Dark.
Yes.
Which you were also going to tell us about this week, if it went well or something. I can't remember. I'm sure you said something.
It was a real good session. I didn't prep enough, but that's fine. I really like the world that has been created in Blades in the Dark, sorry, and my players seem to have had a great time, and they made a lot of money and now have a smuggling enterprise. So
Wow. The game where you could make illegal
work.
options.
It's basically just be bad, be a scoundrel, and then
So overall, success.
Success indeed. It was
Fun.
very fun, good times.
Wonderful. But
And
that is
there's been
not what
fun
we're going to
discussion
talk.
for you too.
Yeah, well, it will be at some point. That is not what we're going to talk about this week. This week, we're going to talk about gaming cosplays, because Bendy and I are cosplayers. And you know
I'll
what?
see you next week, everyone.
I'm going to go as far as to say
Wow.
so is Tempest, because he has had a cosplay, whether he thinks it is or not. He has on
It's
his
not a
stream.
gaming one.
Wario.
Oh, shit,
You did a Wario.
He did a Wario.
I did. I was Wario.
He did a
I
Wario
admit.
cosplay. It was fantastic. It was obviously for stream. It was fun.
So you need to send me some pictures in Discord chat. Just saying.
Do we have pictures?
I think I've probably got some pictures somewhere, yes.
Mate, I will put the picture up in the video on YouTube, guys. No, I'm checking.
Wait, what?
He won't
No,
have
you
me.
have my permission, it's fine.
But yes, Bendy and I are cosplayers, and I would, go as far as to say the majority of our cosplayers are some form of gaming cosplay. Would you agree, Bendy?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Actually, there's no doubt about it. They are mostly gaming.
Yeah,
cosplays.
literally over the last 3 or 4 years, it's just gaming cosplays. Because they are really the most interesting, clothes, armor, dresses, anything. They're more interesting than what you'd get in a film or a TV series, because they have these weird effects on them that you can't do in real life. So trying doing it on a cosplay is great.
I mean, you want to be a fish lady? Why not? Do
And
it.
you have been a
I've done
fish
it.
lady, Bendy.
I have.
Yeah, you sure really have. What has been your hardest gaming cosplay?
Evie Fry, my latest one.
And for everybody watching on YouTube, the picture of Bendy on the top there, the little circle, that is her, Evie Fry.
Oh, you put my Evie in there.
Well, this is just the picture that's on your
Oh,
Discord.
Yes, that's that particular that is my my hardest. And
is that Blumpfer? Is that what she was called? Blumpfer
Blumpfer
Evie
lady.
Fry? Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the outfits from the Jack the Ripper DLC.
Yeah.
That you got as part of the package, and it's like vampire-y, I'd say, because Blumpfer Lady is from Dracula, and Jacobs is Ultimate Dracula, I think it's called, his version of it. But I found that difficult because video games don't seem to know how clasps work and seams.
Physics,
They don't have seams. Where do I wear undergarments with a coat that has a lace back? I don't know. Who knows? Don't need them, apparently, according to video games. And then it was all of my other Evie Fries that I've done, because I've done a few, about 5. It was the first time I had made a hidden blade, and all designed and 3D printed by myself, and it was a task. and a
It was
half.
impressive.
And I'm very proud of it. It's I would say it's my best work, like technically, because of all the different things that I had to do on it. Yes, that would be
Yeah,
mine.
I have seen this cosplay in person, people. It is glorious. God, so much skill. So much skill in it. I think my hardest is probably RTO, which is a bit of a cop-out answer, I think, because I don't actually think it's that hard, but...
But no, with RTO though, like you did improvements like over and over again.
Yeah.
So it started out like I don't think it was all that basic, but you probably think it was all that basic. But then you took on more detailed things and skilled things while trying to upgrade it.
Mm.
So yeah, don't sell yourself short because it's not. I've seen that one in person and it's glorious. I'm using the same word. I love that cosplay. You look so good in it.
Thank
You
you.
look so good in it. I love it so much.
My best cosplay I've ever made.
It is
And then
very-
the pandemic hit, so I got to wear it all of about 3 times, so...
It's award winning, is it not?
Yes, it's won 2 awards. Yes.
Ooh.
2 awards.
Ooh. Yeah.
Runner-up at MCM Birmingham, and Best Craftsmanship at London Film and Comic Con Spring.
Yes.
Yes.
I was there
Yeah.
both times.
You
I
were.
was so proud.
Aw.
I was so proud.
She says this is the queen of competitions, by the way. She has won so many awards for her competition pieces. Which brings me on to my next question. Which is your favourite piece? Which is your favourite cosplay piece?
Well, okay. It's not won anything.
Is this going to be like the multiplayer games again?
Well, I do love all of my later
You
costumes,
only
my earlier
make costumes that you love, like the characters of those. So
Yeah, but I really love my Tannis.
I love Tannis.
She's not like technically difficult or anything like that. I was so proud of the cell shading and
Yeah.
the electronics and all of that sort of stuff. And I think I nailed it. I'm like, nutty professor over here, please.
Yeah.
And it was the costume I made for the 10 years of Borderlands competition they had at EGX in 2019. And I was super proud of it. And to be able to get to those finals was a massive experience.
Massive.
And then
Yeah.
and to be able to then portray my favorite character in the Borderlands series was just. Oh, am I going to wear Tannis next week?
Tannis seems like an odd one for like a favorite character.
She's so weird.
Have you not met Bendy? I feel like
Actually,
it's a perfect
no,
favourite character.
Like some of the lines that she has are just ridiculous. And it's in Borderlands 2, and I think it's when you're in the wildlife sanctuary area. I can't remember if that's in a DLC or if it's in the main game. I can't remember.
I think that's main story.
Yeah. There's like her echo recordings of when she's being tortured by Hyperion, and they're the funniest, sickest echo recordings ever. She's just so weird and so awkward, and I love her. I especially love her in 2 as well. And she's quite good in the Robo Revolution, the DLC for Borderlands 1. But I don't know why. She's just weird. And I like weird.
You see, that actually is quite funny because my favorite cosplay is Lorelei. Because
Yay! Your Lorelei is very good.
I
like your Lorelei.
She's so comfortable to wear, and you feel like such a badass. Well, I felt like such a badass in her. Like, I don't know what it is with Borderlands cosplays, but they tend to make people just feel like the character, which means that they automatically feel 10 times cooler than they actually are half the time. Because usually we're just like sweating outside MCM going, it's too hot, I'm sweating. Flapping my arms for anybody. My knees.
This is too heavy.
You're really selling cosplay to me right now.
We really are, aren't we? I mean, you gotta take the good with the bad.
Though.
They have a lot of
we should
straps.
Should we make him a claptrap? Collab? Claptrap? No.
I've got a claptrap bag.
Wait.
That'll do.
I have an even better idea. Mr. Torg. Nobody does Mr. Torg.
Yeah, I have not got the physique for Mr. Torg.
No, but what? I know.
Doesn't matter.
Well, what's his face from Borderlands 3? Tyson DeLeon or whatever his name is.
I saw a cosplay recently of someone who had done Tyson, and it was so good. Like, they had this massive head, and it was just brilliant. And with I like Borderlands cosplays; they're very good. I mean,
I've seen quite a lot of like Borderland cosplay stuff, like just because I am interested in it.
Yeah,
I just don't have the time or the actual talent. But I do think Borderlands cosplay is just like that, and probably Monster Hunter cosplay that I've seen is probably the best cosplay out there.
I think it's probably down to a lot of the time the fandoms in those two games are so into it. They love it. They know every single thing about the genre. They know that the series. They just love it. That their heart and soul goes into those cosplays, and you can always see it. You can always see it. And
you look at.
Go on.
Oh, sorry, Karen.
No, go.
No, you Karen.
I was
saying you. You just look at the heats and the final for that Borderlands 10 years of Borderlands competition.
It was incredible.
Every single person that entered any of those, their costumes were incredible. And in general, just like hanging out with each other, like before any of the like going on the stage and stuff. It's just everybody has this massive passion for Borderlands, and we all have it here. And it just there's no real, like, I never felt any real toxicity there within that, and that's very surprising from a game franchise or people with fans of games, because let's be honest, a lot
it gets
of gamers
heated,
are toxic. Like, there is a lot of toxicity within the gaming community in general, but I've never felt that when it comes to like Borderlands and Borderlands cosplay, especially. So well done, Border fam.
You are fantastic. You're the best around.
Don't cancel us, YouTube.
Please don't. Come on, that wasn't even in tune.
It definitely wasn't in tune. I was singing it.
You'll give us one.
Cool. So my last question for you, Bendy, and I will come to Tempest. Don't worry, I'm not leaving you out.
Okay.
But my last question for you, Bendy, and for myself. What is the one cosplay you regretted doing? You never get this question.
Regretted?
Yeah.
I don't ever... Actually, I lie. I regret doing Fury.
Ah, yeah, you did not have your time that day.
Is that Darksiders?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right,
But you did the comic book version of her, not the game version of her.
Yeah. Because I wasn't a huge... I I had played a little bit of Darksiders, but I wasn't as into it. But we had a group together, and I wanted to be part of that group. But I never felt the passion like I do with the rest of the costumes that I do, because I tend to choose characters who I am absolutely in love with, and that always gives me my best work. And I just felt like she was lacking. I don't know enough about her to portray her as she should be portrayed. So yeah, that's the one I'd say. That's regret I have.
Yeah. She looked fantastic, like, don't get me wrong, but I remember you were not okay that day. You were not okay. It was really warm. It was May, and I think it had got up to over 30 degrees. I was in war. I was in war. Yeah, I was hot.
It was. I didn't have too much on, and I was roasting, and war, death, and strife, all in full armors, leather coats. I don't know how you guys did it, because I was dying. I did have big shoes on though, which were very uncomfortable.
You had massive heels on.
I don't get how you guys weren't. Well, you pretty much were dead by the end of the day.
We all were very dead by the end of the day. A lot of water was consumed when we got back to the hotel.
There was some sunstroke happening.
Yeah. But funnily enough, that's not the one I regret. I actually loved War. I freaking loved War.
Just telling everybody now, War was amazing. Absolutely amazing. The sword, still one of my favourite things you've ever made. So good. Love that sword.
Please tell me it was the second iteration of the sword I made, though, not the first.
Yes.
Yes.
I like the first. The second one was very, very good. The first one I still think was good, but I like the sword. I like the sword.
It was a big sword. No, the one that I regretted the most was Moira from Overwatch.
Didn't you do really well with that though?
I mean, visually, I suppose it looked good. I mean, yeah, it was a fully lit up cosplay. It did both her, purple and her healing, and then did both of them all together. It did the convalescence, or whatever it's called. It was so uncomfortable. I could not sit down. My shoulders were hurting. I had to have people lift the backpack up just so that I had a little bit of rest from it. The day I ripped that cosplay up was pretty much the happiest day of my life. It's just it was just uncomfortable. And as much as I did love her, I don't think I loved her enough realistically that I did her enough justice. There were a lot of issues with that cosplay that, looking back on them now, I know I could have done them 3 times better, but it was just the most uncomfortable cosplay I've ever done. Ever. Ugh.
But the lights were really good though.
Oh yeah, the lights were great. I mean, when I was...
I do remember having to lift your backpack up. You're like, Bendy, can you come and get the backpack? And I was like, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
You look so uncomfortable.
It was really uncomfortable. And it's really unfortunate because I also had one of the best experiences of my life wearing that cosplay. I met the voice actors from pretty much all of Overwatch, and they all kept stopping me and telling me how amazing I looked. And it was amazing. It was one of the best days of my life, but all I can remember after meeting them was thinking how much my back hurt. So yes, Campus, now we're coming to you.
I don't know anything.
If money, talent, anything like that was not an option, what cosplay would you do?
Oh, fucking hell. There's my one swear a week.
I've dropped the F-bomb 8 times. Don't worry about it.
That is very difficult. I mean, I'm probably gonna fall back into an old habit that I said I would try not to talk about every week.
Do it.
But it would probably be an Overwatch character.
And please tell me Reinhardt.
No. Do you know what? No, listen, I would love to do a gender bandana. Does that sound weird?
No. Which skin?
She's got so many. Shrike. I like Shrike. That's
Love
pretty good.
Shrike.
Yeah, I think that's probably the one of the best ones. With just as a normal skin goes. I do like her pirate skin though.
Oh yes.
The courtesan.
2 cos plans I had that got started and then never finished: Shrike and courtesan. No word of a lie.
That's awesome.
I'm so bad. In my 20s, I had a terrible habit of starting things and just not finishing them. Now I plan them, I just don't start them.
I'm looking around this room that I am currently in, which you probably will see one day, and I'm like, unfinished, unfinished, unfinished. Yay! Lockdown's been good, you guys.
Yeah, this is the thing. We had lockdown. We had all the time in the world, and we didn't.
I was going to say, surely that's the best time to be doing it when you're at home. You've got all this time.
And at the beginning of the pandemic, every cosplayer agreed with you and went, "Great! I've got loads of time. I can make so many cosplays." A month in, we're all sitting there with 2 half-done cosplays and going, "I just can't be bothered. There's nowhere to wearing to. There's no point."
I've not finished anything in 2 years.
I've done slightly better than that. I have finished a couple of cosplayers in 2 years.
I've dressed up on stream twice.
It's not true, Bendy. You finished one of your D&D cosplays, didn't you?
I'm not going to count Surfers.
Why?
I did finish her, but she could have been better. And I should have done her in her full plate as well, but
Jesus,
I was wearing it to our first D&D session, but in person.
Still counts.
Yeah. They'll count. I did make a smoking flail though, so that was pretty cool.
Pretty cool. But yes, Tempest and Anna cosplay. Now you're just making me want to make you one.
I feel like that question should be posed to us as well.
If we could make any cosplay in the world, what would it be?
Money
no
being our
money,
option.
no talent.
No money, nothing.
No, not like no talent. Like...
But
it doesn't matter. It doesn't it's not playing into it. It's
Yeah.
Go on then, Ben.
Me?
Yeah.
I would love to make a Phantom Zelda. So she in the Phantom Hourglass? Yes. She can be a big robot thing. And she's a ghost. Ooh. So I have this idea to make the big robot that comes apart and has the ghost Zelda inside. And that would be my ultimate would want to make. I could do the dress so easy. I could do that in my sleep. It would be the falling apart robot thing. And I kind of want to do it like, those Space Marines, like that big.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
And the Reinhardts.
Yeah, the Reinhardts and the 8-foot big cosplays that literally you can push off the top and then come out in a really pretty dress and be Zelda like, you weren't expecting me, were you, motherfuckers? So that's mine, and that's been on my list, never to be able to be done list. About you, Nettle?
Okay, this is a 2-part question, or 2-part answer, I think, because it recently changed. My head has gone blank. So before the 24th of August, it would have been one of the ornaments for an exotic for my warlock in Destiny 2, and as I said, my head has just totally gone blank. I'll try and find it quickly now. I'm so useless. I apologize to everybody. Right, here it is. It's so the exotic is called Phoenix Protocol. There is a particular ornament for that. It's absolutely gorgeous. Let me try and find it. And I will put it up on the video as well. I'll tell you guys, you can type it into wherever and find it. There it is. It's called the Fen Huang ornament. It's gorgeous. It's amazing. I would put it in chat, but
how do you spell that?
FEN
FEN
GH
H
UANG.
UANG.
Destiny 2. You probably have to put Destiny 2 in because it probably means something.
It's a type of building, apparently.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous ornament in Destiny 2, basically. Let me try and send this to you without there we go. It's in the chat. It's in our chat now.
Okay.
It's gorgeous.
I like the phoenix on the front of it.
Exactly. However, as of the 24th of August, everything changed. Because we, in Destiny, saw our first look at our next big bad boss, Savathun. And oh my god, did I want to cosplay every inch of that woman.
I'm sorry, but I saw that picture Bendy put in the chat as you said that, and I thought you'd said it, and I thought that's a bit different for Destiny 2.
That is not Destiny 2.
that's Phantom Zelda.
That's Phantom Zelda, yeah. So, hang on, let me... Oh no, I just opened the wrong thing. See, everybody that's listening to us now is just going to be like, what the hell are you guys on about?
Just pop pictures here and here and here and here.
Oh, yeah. That is Savathun.
It's like a moth.
It's what?
Like a moth.
She's a big... Well, yeah, you know, she's a hive, so they have insect-like kind of creature-y type things, but she's a glorious piece of work.
That's menacing.
I know. So if I
want you to do it.
I can't
want you to do it now.
I can't do it. It's too much money. That is way too much money.
There'll be a lot of foams and fabrics.
Yes.
But I like the idea of those bones. So
amazing. She's amazing.
Yeah,
but yes, that would be my answer.
Very cool.
All
so
fantastic
pretty
answers.
Pretty much picking up from all of our favourite games.
Yeah.
Overwatch, Destiny, and Zelda.
Probably wouldn't have expected anything different, really, would we?
No.
And I think that is one thing worth saying about gaming cosplays. Don't cosplay something you don't like or don't care about.
Yeah.
If you're going to do your gaming cosplay, if you're going to do a cosplay, particularly with gaming, make sure it's something that you enjoy, because you're going to wear that for a long time, because no matter what, generally, it's going to be expensive to make or buy. So make sure you really like it.
Yeah. And you don't need to be the first to do it either.
Oh, really, Bendy? Don't you?
No. I have never done anything first. I don't know if you know. Never. I'm irrelevant.
He's not irrelevant. And on that note, I think it's time to say goodbye.
Yeah.
Bye. Have a good day.
We will.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah. We will be back next week, guys. Do you want to tell everybody where they can find you?
Bendy, you can go first.
Me. I am Bendy Ben's costuming everywhere. That's me. I mean, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I'm all over them, like some kind
TikTok?
of rash. Yeah, I do have a TikTok. I
Didn't know this.
I've posted like 2 videos. And they're cringy. So enjoy them. They're cringy.
I'm going to find you now.
Oh no.
Tempest, where can they find you?
You can find me at every platform under Tempest B. That simple, all one word.
Literally. And I have been Nettle Creates. And again, you can find me on literally every platform under Nettle Creates. So, yeah, we will be back next week with a new set of our musings for the week. Thank you very much for joining us, guys. We hope you have a good weekend. Love you, bye!
Love you, bye!